The phone buzzed on the kitchen counter like a grenade about to detonate. Mark froze mid-stir of his morning coffee, the steam curling up like a question mark. It was Sarah, his wife of 8 years, calling from what he assumed was her office downtown. He hit speakerphone, expecting her usual rushed update on the day ahead. "Hey, babe, what's up?" he said, his voice warm, oblivious. "Mark, we need to talk." Her tone sliced through the air, cold and final, like a door slamming shut. He set the mug down, heart skipping. "I'm leaving you. It's over. I've been seeing someone else. And I just can't do this anymore." The words hung there, amplified by the speaker, echoing off the tiled walls. He could hear faint laughter in the background. Male, unfamiliar. Was she at a cafe? With him? Sarah? What the hell? But the line went dead, leaving only the hum of silence and the drip of the faucet he'd meant to fix. Mark stood there, numb, the coffee growing cold. 8 years. They'd met in college, bonded over late-night study sessions and dreams of a quiet life. She'd been the vibrant one, pulling him out of his shell. He'd been the steady anchor, building their home brick by brick. Now, this? Betrayal hit like a tidal wave, suspicion creeping in as he replayed her words. Seeing someone else. How long? He sank into a chair, denial wrapping around him like a blanket. No, this was a mistake. She'd call back, apologize, say it was stress from work. But she didn't. Hours blurred into a haze of unanswered texts. "Call me. We need to talk." What did I do wrong? Nothing. By evening, anger simmered beneath the heartbreak, a slow boil. He paced their living room, eyes landing on the framed photos, their wedding in the mountains, her laugh frozen in time, vacations in Bali, arms entwined. Subtle clues he'd ignored flooded back. The late nights at the office, the new perfume that wasn't for him, the way she'd guard her phone like a secret diary. That night, sleep evaded him. He lay in their bed, her side empty and cold, the sheet still carrying her scent. Suspicion gnawed deeper. Why speakerphone? Was it cruelty or carelessness? He grabbed her laptop from a nightstand, password unchanged, a small mercy or oversight. Emails popped up, innocuous at first, then one from Alex. "Can't wait for tonight. Miss you already." Attached photos. Sarah in a dress he'd bought her, smiling at a man with sharp features and a smug grin. Mark's stomach twisted. Alex from her firm? The colleague she'd mentioned casually? Heartbreak morphed into a quiet rage as he scrolled further. Messages spanning months, his clueless. "We'll be together soon." Denial shattered like glass underfoot. How had he missed this? The weekend she'd visit her sister, the sudden interest in gym classes. He'd trusted her blindly, building their life on faith. Now, trust collapsed, leaving a void that echoed with what ifs. The next morning, Mark called in sick to Welk, his voice steady despite the storm inside. He needed proof, closure. Driving to her office, he parked across the street, heart pounding. There she was, stepping out with Alex, their hand brushing in a way that screamed intimacy. They laughed, oblivious, as she leaned in for a kiss. Mark gripped the steering wheel, knuckles white. Anger surged, hot, primal, but he swallowed it. No scene. Not yet. Back home, he pieced it together like a puzzle he'd been too blind to see. Bank statements showed withdrawals for business trips that matched hotel receipts in her drawer. A hidden folder on her phone, synced to the cloud, revealed texts, "I love you more than him." The words boned, each one a dagger to the trust they'd built. He remembered their vows, her tears of joy. Was it all a lie? Emotions warred. Heartbreak for the woman he loved. Suspicion turning to certainty. Denial fading into bitter acceptance. Sarah came home that evening, bags in hand, as if collecting trophies. "Mark, I didn't expect you here." Her voice faltered, eyes avoiding his. He sat at the table, calm, a pot of a favorite tea brewing. "Sit. Talk." She hesitated, then complied, the air thick with unspoken accusations. "Why?" he asked, voice low, human, cracking just enough to reveal the pain. She sighed, twisting her ring. "It just happened. Alex gets me. You were always so predictable." The word stung. But he saw her now, not the villain, but a woman chasing excitement, fleeing the routine they both created. Believable, painful motivations, boredom, thrill, but it didn't excuse a betrayal. As she spoke, justifying, he listened, emotions churning. Anger wanted to explode, but he chose quiet. "Okay," he said finally, standing. "Take what you need." She packed hurriedly, glancing at him warily. Little did she know, while she'd been out, he'd acted. The joint accounts transferred to his name only, every cent he'd earned over years of overtime. The house? In his name from his inheritance. She'd never pushed for joint title. Her car? Leased under his credit. He called the company discreetly, arranging repossession. Even the jewelry, gifts from his family, he slipped into his pocket as she rummaged. "I want the paintings," she said, reaching for one. "A gift from him." "They are mine," he replied evenly. No fight, just fact. She left with a suitcase, Alex waiting in a cab outside. Mark watched from the window, the door clicking shut like a period at the end of their chapter. Heartbreak lingered, a dull ache, but anger had forged resolve. He'd taken everything back, not with screams, but silence. The investments, the savings, the life he'd built. She dumped him publicly, he reclaimed privately. Days turned to weeks. Sarah called, furious. "What did you do?" "The accounts are empty." He hung up, no words needed. Closure came in solitude. Therapy sessions unpacking the trust rubble, nights rebuilding himself. He sold the house, moved to a cabin by the lake, where memories couldn't haunt. Emotions evolved, from collapse to quiet strength. In the end, Mark stood by the water, watching the sunset. Betrayal had stripped him bare, but in reclaiming, he found freedom. She chased thrills, he embraced peace. The story wasn't revenge, it was survival. And as the waves lapped, he reflected, love blinds, but truth liberates. Sometimes, the quietest actions speak the loudest.